Namaste to all the ocean enthusiasts. Ocean Day and Ocean Decade program. Greetings from the Karnataka. Now we all traveled across Antarctica to Goa, now Goa to Karnataka. Thank you for this opportunity and thank you for the elaborative introduction, uh, which was not unnecessary. Well, before navigating into the Karnataka biodiversity, I would like to uh, express a few things about the Ocean Day theme. As we know that the present theme and uh, whether it is essential, it is for most of the student community I am addressing. Whether Ocean Day celebrations are essential, uh, how it is beneficial, and the present year theme, uh, wonder sustaining what sustains us. So, what really it is, in fact. So, I just wanted to speak a few words about it. See, oceans are the oldest resource on the earth. So, it is 3.8 billion year old resource which is accessible. I hope it's free to everyone, and uh, without it, life cannot sustain. So that's why the air we respire, 50% of oxygen is released by uh, ocean. Similar way, carbon sequestration take place. Similar way, for seafood we are dependent. Similar way, for rain, uh, for the agriculture production as well as food production, for potable water, everything, for the economic prosperity, for job, everything we are totally dependent upon the ocean. And it is our duty that through this kind of ocean day or ocean decade, we are reaching to every mankind or last person of the society to be a brand ambassador for claiming a healthy ocean. With this introduction, let us come to the uh, Karnataka coast, marine diversity. So before that, I would like to introduce you to the Karnataka coast, which is the beautiful scenic coast adjacent to the Western Ghats. The coastal length now recently there is a change in the coastal length of now presently it is 343.30 kilometers, and it is the east longest coast of the maritime India, maritime coast. So we have three districts, namely Udupi, Uttara Kannada, Udupi, and Dakshin Kannada. So the Karnataka coast lies between 12 degree to 14 degree and latitude 74 to 74.5 to east and west. So the coastline is a part of Western Ghats, and the Karnataka Karavali is well known for its mackerel landings. So it is very famous for the known as a mackerel coast. The continent shelf area is very important in terms of the uh, marine resource productivity. So we have 25,000 square kilometers, and this particular continental shelf is highly productive, and because of the phenomena called as upwelling. So similar way, the tidal amplitude is 1.58 meters on an average. Tidal amplitude is 1.58 meters, and the tidal type is semi-tidal type of tide, where we have four tides, two high tide as well as two low tide in every 6 hour interval. As well, we have a great tourist destinations along the Karnataka coast, which are located on the beach, seaside. Murdeshwar, as we all know, even near Murdeshwar, there is a Netrani Island where a scuba diver can dive into the patchy coral reef. And there are prominent beaches of Gokarna, Home Beach, and there are other Saint Mary's Island along the South Canara. These are the tourist attraction of the Karnataka, and this is the heart-shaped Netrani Island where a patchy coral reef can be witnessed. And this is the Tilamati, black sand area, which is located in Karwar. It is known as Tilamati. These are all tourist destination. And in the India, there are 12 eco beaches already named. And Karnataka has a credit of having two eco beaches. One is in Honavar, Kasaragod, and another is in Udupi district, Padupethre. And the main theme of these eco beaches are environment, education, awareness, and safety. And they have to propagate the uh, clean ocean campaign uh, through all the tourists. And we actively take part in Honavar Kasaragod to disseminate the importance of ocean to the tourists. So coming to the rivers, coming to the uh, rivers, just a minute. Yes. Coming to the river and its estuaries of the Karnataka coast. So we have several rivers which originates in the Western Ghat and drains into the Arabian Sea. One important estuary complex is Kali, which is located in Karwar, just besides the Goa state. So it is north of the Karnataka state. So Kali is recognized as critical vulnerable coastal area as per the CRZ gadget. Similarly, to the south, moving towards the south, we have a Gangavali estuary. And Gangavali estuary, now you all know that the major landslide happened in the Gangavali estuary and people have lost their life. Similarly, next to that is Aganashini estuary. Now it is a famous Ramsar wetland site. After that is a Sharavati, 1 hour. Next is in Uttar Kannada, Venkatapura. Next in Udupi districts, we have Sita River, Swarna River, and Panchganga. Panchgangavali River is also one of the critical vulnerable coastal area uh, uh, of the Karnataka. Two rivers, estuaries, Kali and Panchgangavali, is in the CRZ gadgets. So, and Panchgangavali means it's a four river where they uh, merge at the Kunda. In Dakshina Kannada, Mangalore, we have Netravati, Kumardhara, and Gurupura estuaries. There are prominent features of our Karnataka coast. Next is the very important accolade for Karnataka coast is Aganashini estuary, which is undammed throughout its flow, which drains into the Arabian Sea. Recently, in 2024, it is awarded as a recognized as Aganashini Ramsar site. And our department continuously monitoring the Aganashini biodiversity. And in this particular Aganashini is a very productive estuary in terms of bivalve production, in terms of shellfish production, in terms of fishery production, in terms of mangrove spread, and many more. Fishing harbor is also located adjacent to the Aganashini estuary. And you can see the images where our students also had an opportunity to harvest the shellfishes during our study period or visit. So now almost all estuaries along the Karnataka are turning into the agriculture hubs, where this particular image which I am sharing is belongs to Panchagambuli, Kundapura, where intensified agricultural activity are in progress. So mainly these uh, the cultivable species are sivas, snappers, pompano, breams, uh, uh, these fishes are now cultured all through, not only in Panchagangoli, it has extended to Shambhavi estuary, it has extended to North Honnavara, Karwar, Kumta, everywhere. So now coming to the biodiversity part. So with respect to the phytoplanktons, so we have around 53 to 60 species of phytoplankton belongs to diatoms and flagellates. Uh, Pinnales and diatoms and centrals and pinnales both are composed in a good number. And Cossinodiscus, Skeletonema, Chitoceros, uh, Pleurosigma, all these are dominant phytoplanktons and indicator for the planktonivore fishes. Coming to the dinophysis, we have 11, 9 to 10 species which are dominant. Among that, in recently, uh, this phenomena, particularly Noctiluca centralis blooms, were continuously observed since 2016. The Noctiluca blooms were appeared the mid of the monsoon season. That was very interesting because the nutrient load was very high, and the first Noctiluca blooms were observed in the monsoon season, followed by again repeated during the pre-monsoon season. So this particular bloom was periodical for 3 to 4 years, where the coast have severely experienced uh, fish famine and associated other losses, ecological losses. And night it was a tourist attraction as the bioluminescence activity were intense all across the Karnataka coast. So zooplanktons also more than 100, 115 zooplanktons were reported. The major contributing zooplanktons are copepods and crustacean larvae, echinoid larvae, fish larvae, and some of the chordates. So coming to the seaweed, so about 78 species of seaweeds were reported from the Karnataka coast, and the seaweed distributions are mainly along the uh, uh, rocky shores, intertidal regions, and along the rocky islands, where we can see abundantly the spread of sargassum species, the spread of padina species, the spread of gracilaria species. There are vulva species. So there are more than 78 species were reported from the, even our estuaries also reported the gracilaria species distribution along the estuaries. But we have tried seaweed farming, but it was not produced any result because of the site selection and because of the nature of the choppy waves and other things. And intense fishing activity takes place all along the offshore. And that's why those are the hurdles for the, we could not popularize seaweed farming across Karnataka. Two types of seaweed, sea grasses are reported from the Karnataka coast, in the Ripa merita and Halophila beccarii. Mainly, these are distributed along the estuaries, and we don't have any proper report of the uh, offshore or continental shelf seagrass species. So we have around 16 species of bagroos, which belongs to seven family. Acanthaceae has four species, followed by Rhizophoracea has a five species. So total 16 species of mangroves all along the Karnataka coast. And the mangrove spread is everywhere. Karwar has a mangrove spread. Honavar has a mangrove spread. Aganashini has a mangrove spread. Kundapura has a mangrove spread. Similarly, South Canara, Mangalore, Netravati, those areas also have a mangrove. And good news is that mangrove cover was increased from 8 square kilometer to 10 square kilometer in recent times. And you can see in the picture, our students are always involved in the mangrove propagation. Uh, So some of the images, Acanthus silicifolius, Luminigera racemosa is the only species you can observe in the carver. It's a tree with a white flower, and nowhere else we have reported Luminigera species. Exocaria galucha is common. Aegicerus pernicotum is common, and Rhizophora apiculata, Rhizophora mucornata. Candle, all belongs to Rhizophora species. And you can easily distinguish the Brugueria species and Rhizophora species based on their prop root distribution. As you can see in the picture, Rhizophora apiculata has a wide spread of their prop root, and Rhizophora apiculata will have two peduncles, and Rhizophora mucronata will have 4 to 7 peduncles with the same tree structure. Uh, Whereas in the case of Brugueria cylindrica, which belongs to Rhizophora family itself, but you can see in the picture I am showing the roots, the prop roots are just reserved to the downside, not above the above region. It is very limited to the near to the ground, and you can see also the node root nodes which is all along the grounds, which can easily distinguishable. And you can see the propagule of the Bruguera cylindricas are very short, and Bruguera gymnorrhiza, you can see the purple color with a thick and long propagule. So similarly, Sonaricia alba is sea loving, means it is they are habited towards the seaside, which allows salinity and sandy bottom file. Similarly, Sonaricia caduloris is a tree which is located interior side of the estuarine regions, and they are preferring a silty habitat bottom, where there are two species of mangroves which have these nematophores. The Sonaricia nematophores are very thick and very broad and very hard compared to Avicennia species. Avicennia marina species, Avicennia species have nematophores not that much firm, but based on the leaf profile and fruit and flower, we can divide marina. We can identify Avicennia species. Long leaves marina and broad leaves are officinalis. Alba is also present. So overall, we have around 16 species of mangroves along the Karnataka coast. So we have this unique mangrove walk in Karwar, mangrove walk very popular in Hannavara. So these mangrove walk are immensely contributing to the knowledge, and they are popularizing the mangrove ecosystem all over the coast. So coming to the protozoa, we have reported or already there are reports of 80 species of protozoans, which mainly composed of foraminiferans and other unicellular organisms, microscopic organisms. So with respect to sponge, Karnataka has reported 6 demospongia, and most of the sponges are observed in the intertidal region, rocky shore area. These photographs are all taken from the intertidal tidal surveys, and all along the Karnataka coast, intertidal zones are very much productive in terms of faunal. Next, coming to the Karnataka, we have Silentata, the phylum Silentata. We have 25 variety of sea anemones, and this particular zooanthid mat all across. You can see hydrozoan colonies. You can see all across the intertidal region. Similar way, this particular porpita swarms were during the upwelling period. These porpitas were spread all across the beaches was recorded. So there are 2 species of comb jellies were reported from Karnataka coast. With respect to the arthropoda, being the highest species representing phylum, we have 33 shrimps species reported from Karnataka coast, and more than 103 crabs were reported from Karnataka coast. Shrimps in dominant and highly commercial shrimps are Penis monodon, indicus, and other Metapenis, Dobsonia, Metapenis indicus, all mostly majorly 11 variety of shrimps are commercially important. When it comes to the crabs, Portunus species, Portunus sanguilentus, Portunus pelagicus, Carabidis species, and Estuarine Scylla serrata are a dominant and economically important crab species. So the mollusca representation is always high, as Karnataka has witnessed 234 species of molluscans entity. Among that, 145 is a gastropod, 70 bivalves, and 16 cephalopods. Among 145 gastropods, diversity of gastropods are recorded all across the Rocky Shore intertidal region with respect to Cypria species, Patella species. You take Procus, Turbo, and all rocky shores are flooded with Cossostias, Succulenta is oyster. Similar way, cephalopods are there. Major cephalopods are cuttlefish and squids, which are harvested uh, commercially. So we can consider these polychaetes as a how earthworms are considered as a farmer's friend. These polychaetes are seabed friends because they recycle and redistribute the nutrients, benthic nutrients. So around 143 species of polychaetes belongs to 34 different families were reported from the Karnataka coast. Echinodermata. Among the Echinodermata, this particular phylum exclusively marine, and Karnataka has witnessed five starfishes, two sea urchin, and only one Shivakumar species, the black one, Colothoroidea species. And to our fortunate, during our one intertidal visit, we could pointed out this beautiful sea lily, Antedon. After that, we never came across the sea lily. And this particular crispy sand dollar we call, these are also harvested. The problem with Echinodermata, earlier our coast, whenever you have a walk along the beach, there used to be, during low tide, there used to be sea stars. But due to the rampant trawl operations, they are all we are harvesting them as a bycatch. We subsequently we are depleting the natural resources of ecosystems. So fish belongs to 390 species of fishes are documented across the Karnataka, and Karnataka has a potential fishing fleets. If you consider there are more than 5,000 mechanized crafts and more than 6,000 motorized crafts. In this short 343-kilometer stretch, the number of boats are higher, and somebody we were discussing the trawler and how modified they are. Our coast, Malpe itself has see the number of Malpe fish landings at our fishing port. We have two kind of fishing crafts. One is Persian, which targets the pelagic resource. As our coast has a known as mackerel and sardine coast, the Persian is a major mechanized boat, followed by trawling. So trawling has a variety of trawlers. One single day trawler, multi-day trawler, deep sea trawlers. These trawling have um, advancedly modified their fleet with 560 horsepower engine, where natural engines are of 280 and Persians have 390 engines. The speedboat, which uh, which are contributing to the more catch production from the Karnataka coast, and on an average, around 4 to 6 lakhs ton is the average catch of the Karnataka coast, where mackerel is landed in bulk quantity. And some of the rare fish you can see we encountered during this thing, our sampling periods alone. Sunfish, mola sunfish, we have encountered two times. First time it was unsold, and second time yeah, somebody informed us that it was sold for some price to the Kerala. And one more sunfish you can see in my hand, that is Ranchania laevis. So their caudal fin is modified into clarus. Both sunfishes are documented from the current. And this particular fish is a naso. We call it as a unicorn fish. Only one time, that too in the traditional fish catch, this particular fish was encountered. So we have a rare catch of fishes. So Pristis, the sawfish was once it was caught by the fishermen, and there were conflict between fishermen and wildlife authority, and finally lately it was resolved, and because of it is categorized under scheduled species. Even whale shark are hunted or fished. Sometimes it comes to notice, sometimes notice. And this is a particular eagle ray. These are also commonly caught. We have three varieties of sea snakes, mainly hydrophis cistosa, and they're all venomous. And whenever you come across such a sea snakes, so don't try to uh, handle it, as it may become a lethal. Sea turtle. We have three species of sea turtle. One is olive ridley. Second is green sea turtle. Third is hawksbill. These three sea turtles, and we have observed the sporadic nesting of only olive ridley species all along the Karnataka coast. And this is the good news that since 2020, in association with Forest Department, we started a turtle conservation campaign all along the Uttara Kannada coast. So, meanwhile, the Forest Department has started the Coastal and Marine Ecosystem Wing, through which jointly we started turtle conservation, uh, nesting, reporting, and turtle conservation program. So initially, what we did is initially we surveyed all the uh, beaches where fishermen resides. We had a talk with them, and we came to know that what are the potential turtle nesting ground. With the help of fishermen, we started this turtle conservation, and you can see in Carver itself, as of now, there are more than 20,000 hatchlings were released from only the stretch of 10 kilometers beach. So we have released 11, 20,000 hatchlings. Later, we have extended it to the South Canada, where my student actively engaged with enthusiasm. She is after 18 years, she has reported many beaches. Nesting reports have been reported. So this was a remarkable achievement, and even South Canada also leading. Comparatively, Uttara Kannada is a South Canada is highly developed, and the coast are not, the beaches are not such this thing. Uh, that's why the beach cleaning activity were initiated, and rewards were given to the fishermen, those who report the nesting this thing. With all the efforts, finally, there also we have successfully monitoring the turtle uh, uh, nesting. And I think so, we have crossed more than 4,000, we have released more than 4,000 released only in the span of 2 years. And during this period of study, we unfolded many of the uh, things. As earlier, we used to believe that turtle only nest during the full moon period. But our study states that turtle, if it wants to lay the egg, it comes even during the day, even in the crowded beach, even during the dark time, anytime it can come and lay the eggs. And the usual incubation period for the turtle are 45 to 50 days. But now, because of the rise in temperature all along the beaches, so we have observed the turtle hatching was taken place by 35 days. So you can see how in future what might happen to the, because the turtle sex ratio is determined by the temperature, and we are hoping for everything will be. These are 20 nesting sites all across the Karnataka, which are very prominent, uh, more than 20, I think, Uttara Kannada as well as Udupi and Dakshin Kannada. So we have around 40 to 50 seabirds. We regularly conduct seabird bird watch to our students and all across Karnataka. So we have documented around 13 species of mammals along the Karnataka coast. And these are the a list of this thing. Baleen whale, Brady's whales stranded during the 2016 it is. And we have our department has a museum where we housed baleen whale skeleton, which is of which standard during 1972 at Bhatkar. So after bringing the skeleton, we have mounted it for display by 1975. It is still there, and it is a major center attraction for our museum. Humpback whale is uh, uh, always reported from the Karnataka coast, as our marine mammal group reports that it starts from Oman and it comes up to the uh, Netrani coast, and you can see how this is the feeding frenzy of the humpback whale, Pelinoptera megalophila. This is the sperm whale which was stranded during uh, 2009. So uh, earlier it was alive and it stuck in the low tide. During the low time, it stuck. It started milling around the low tide area, and finally, because of the dusk, down, we could not help this to rescue. Finally, the standard animal was witnessed next day morning, and we buried this. And we tried to trace the why it standard. What was the reason for the standing? We could make out that the this sperm whale feeds on the squids, and the squid catch were bounty all across the Karnataka coast, or particularly Uttara Kannada coast during that period. And we can correlate that because of that chasing the squid shoal, it was probably standard. And we all know that the particular whale is famous for ambergris production, which is highly costly, and illegal trades are going to take place. So, because of this whale, which could not digest those squid bones, it will vomit in the form of ambergris. So, this particular query-beaked whale was stranded in the 2013 along the Ankola coast. The fluke tail was amputated and it was dead. So orcas were sighted all across the Karnataka coast, very near to the Netrani Island. So among the dolphins, humpback Sahusa plumbe is very prominent to our coast. Sometime one can see from the beach itself. They used to uh, show the gymnastic in the along the offshore. These dolphins usually prefer the depth of 20 meters. So that's why they are most observed all along the coastal regions. Finless porpoise are there. One resource dolphin was reported during 2016 as it was disoriented and it was approaching beach. Finally, fishermen rescued it. But then we didn't heard about anything about it. So resource dolphins were also reported. Bottlenose dolphin and spinner dolphins were reported. So we have unique coral along the Netrani Island with 14 coral species: Coccinaria, Cyprestia, Dendrophilia, Tipestria, Favia, Tipestria, Turbinaria, Poecilopora, Lepistria, Hypenopora, uh, and remaining Poritis, Coniopora, Sedestria. These are all the generic species, generic corals which were identified along the Netrani Island. And more than 80 species of reef associated fish have been documented all along the Netrani Island. These are the images of the Netrani. species diversity. And these are the yields which were reported. All three were gymnothorax species. We have made one YouTube. You can just watch this YouTube and encourage us. You can search for Netrani Coral Biodiversity Karnataka Field Guide, where we have documented. Uh, documented all 80 more than 80 species of fishes. Similarly, the new accolade for Karnataka is Karnataka coast is Marine Sanctuary, which is in Apsarakonda. So this particular sanctuary, which having the 5,960 hectares, out of 835 waters are territorial waters, which is of 6 kilometers into the Arabian Sea, and remaining is a laterite plateau as well as rocky shore. Abundant of rocky shores are having harbors plethora of organism all across the Karnataka coast, and this is the first marine sanctuary. We even it started from 2020. We tried it for Netrani Island because of the naval practice and naval restrictions. We could not pursue it further. Finally, the marine sanctuary at Mugil Apsarakonda, Mannav, near Mannav region. Now we have this particular marine sanctuary. So this is about our department. You can log into our KVD website. We are hosted at the Karwar, established since 1968, and MSc degree was offered from the 1975. More than 60 PhDs have been produced. So I so hope this was the sale of Karnataka biodiversity, and we all know that uh, what is the status of ocean biodiversity, ocean health. So we know that we are part of every problem. So try to be a part of solution. So with this, I conclude my talk.